With more than half the season behind us and just 8 regular season games left, 5 teams are within a game of first, and the rest aren't out of it just yet. So get ready for the show that tells you everything you need to know on this month in wiffle ball. After closing the first half of the season at 10-2, it was starting to look like this would be the Mariners' year. They have 3 pitchers that match up with any ace, a potent lineup, and top to bottom are the team least likely to make an error in the field. There was just one problem. Week 7, they would have to take on their nemesis. After losing a throwaway game to the Tigers early in the season, the Mariners needed a sweep to lock up the 1 seed. But it would be a tall order since the Tigers have held the Mariners to just 1 run in 34 innings over the last 2 seasons. For the first half of the season, the Tigers went as far as Tim Trineri's shoulders would carry them. If he wasn't throwing shutouts, he was hitting go-ahead home runs. And in some games, he was doing both. That all changed Week 7 when rookie Luke Coffey earned his place in Tigers lore. Coffey put together 3 hits with 4 RBI and capped off an incredible day with this walk-off home run. With a sweep of the Mariners, the Tigers earned sole possession of first place, and Trineri picked up his 35th and 36th win to pass the Dodgers' Brett Bevilacqua as the league's all-time win leader. While it looks like the Tigers are back to last year's championship form, they will be tested again when they take on the Rangers Week 8. Early on, it looked as though the Rangers would run away with the pennant. They had the hitting, they had the pitching, and they were no stranger to clutch moments. But 14 games into the season, they just aren't the juggernaut everyone thought they would be. To date, they have scored more than 2 runs in only 4 of their games, and 3 of those were against the Phillies. Come playoff time, it is unlikely they will be looked at as an underdog no matter who they play. But a run or 2 per game is not what anyone expected, most of all, the Rangers. Very quietly, the Brewers have been able to work their way into 3rd place. Whether it's lights-out pitching from Tim McElrath, who picked up his 3rd no-hitter of the season Week 7, or Joey Maniscalco's late-inning heroics, the Brewers are in this to win this. Week 7, they dispatched the A's in much the same way they've done all season, but this time, it was Joe Gallo's turn. In just his 3rd start, Gallo once again shut down the A's. In Game 2, he got it going at the plate with his game-winning triple. If they can continue to find ways to win, don't be surprised if the Brewers get a day off in the first round of the playoffs. After an incredible 8-2 start to the season, the Dodgers have fallen on hard times. Bevilacqua has become ineffective.
There you go.
Kenny has been lights out, but only for an inning or 2 at a time. And runs have been really, really hard to come by. Now 9-5, the Dodgers are only a game out of first, but they find themselves in 5th place. On the bright side, Ryan McElrath has pitched to near perfection, and the Bats have showed signs of breaking out of their slump. If they can build on what they did Week 7, they still could have a shot at a first-round bye. A pair of losses does not define a season, but the A's let 2 get away Week 7 that may come back to haunt them.
Lost it.
In a day where the tandem of Robles and Avalon allowed only 1 run, the A's came up short as their bats went silent. It has been a disturbing trend so far this season for the A's as they have been held to 2 runs or less in all but 2 of their games. A 7-7 record speaks volumes about their arms. If they can get the bats going, there is no telling how far they can go. With a league worst 150 batting average, the Rays lineup isn't very threatening.
Single.
But this light-hitting squad has managed to eke out 7 wins in their last 10 games. Written off in the early part of the season, the Rays now find themselves just 1 game out of the 6th and final postseason spot. On the carpet, Sean Ryan has the stuff to keep them in games, but any mistake is amplified by the Rays' inability to manufacture runs. To make matters worse, the Rays have the league's toughest schedule down the stretch, though a .500 record could be enough to get them in the playoffs. The Diamondbacks may have salvaged their season with splits against the Tigers Week 6 and Dodgers Week 7.
There you go.
Garrett Torres has found his groove and has held the opposition scoreless in 20 of his last 22 innings. At the plate, Rob Withman Pirvanazzi has been a huge addition and is making a claim for Rookie of the Year with a slew of big hits. With a record of 4-10 and 8 games left, the D-backs are still in the hunt. Though any loss from here on out makes a playoff bid unlikely. Another team on the bubble with a tough schedule ahead is the Twins. The Twins came into Week 7 with their season on the line, and after losing the first game to the Rays, bounced back with timely hitting from Nick Santana and Bobby Daly. The Twins have also gotten a big boost on the carpet from a resurgent Joe Schaefer. His 5-5 record may not strike fear in the hearts of the opposition, but it's that hit-or-miss quality that has kept batters off balance. If he and Daly can string together a few good starts, it may not be over yet for the 5-9 Twins. It has been a heartbreaking year for the Phillies, but they've hung in there and won't go away quietly, due in large part to the fantastic pitching of rookie Mike Weiner. In 5 games for the Phillies, Weiner has allowed just 1 run, but has nothing to show for it. At the plate, James Mooney leads the team across the board. Unfortunately for the Phillies, that hasn't equated to many runs. While they still aren't mathematically eliminated, it is unlikely they will run the table, and that is okay, because they will gladly play to spoil someone else's season. Here are the standings after 7 weeks of play. That's all for now. Join us next time as we look back at what should be a crazy August on This Month in Wiffle Ball.
Nice hit, Rob. It's the win, man. That was a bomb.